The audition of a lifetime. When Ebony stepped off the bus and into the city, she carried 2 suitcases, a worn pair of dance shoes, and a dream bigger than anything she had ever known. The skyline stretched high above her, glowing against the evening sky. To most people, it was just another city. To Ebony, it was where dreams lived, or where they died. Back home, people had plenty to say. Broadway, that's impossible. You should be realistic. There are thousands of dancers better than you. You'll be back in 6 months. Some said it out of concern. Others said it because they couldn't imagine someone like Ebony accomplishing something they never dared to try themselves. Still, she packed her bags and left. The first audition ended before she completed her routine. Rejected. The second audition lasted less than 10 minutes. Rejected. The 5th, the 10th, the 15th. Rejected. Again and again. Months became years. Ebony worked long hours serving tables and cleaning studios just to afford rent. During the day she worked. At night she trained. While others slept, she stretched sore muscles. While others relaxed, she practiced turns until her feet ached. There were nights she sat alone in her tiny apartment, wondering if everyone back home had been right. Maybe she wasn't good enough. Maybe she wasn't talented enough. Maybe she should quit. But every time she considered giving up, she remembered the little girl who used to dance in front of her bedroom mirror, imagining her name in bright lights. So she kept going. One more audition, one more class, one more chance. Then, one morning, everything changed. A major Broadway production announced auditions for a brand new show, the opportunity dancers waited years for. Thousands arrived. The line wrapped around city blocks. Ebony nearly talked herself out of going. Her confidence had been bruised by years of rejection, but something inside her whispered, "What if this is the one?" So she showed up. Round 1 became round 2. Round 2 became callbacks. Callbacks became final selections. For the first time, the people behind the table weren't looking past her. They were watching her, studying her, believing in her. When Ebony finished her final routine, the room fell silent. The choreographer smiled, the casting director nodded, and for the first time in years, hope returned. 3 days later, her phone rang. She answered. The voice on the other end said words she had dreamed of hearing her entire life. "Ebony, we'd like to offer you a place in the Broadway company." For a moment, she couldn't speak. Tears rolled down her face, not because she had won, but because she remembered every moment she almost gave up, every rejection, every lonely train ride home, every person who told her she would never make it, every door that closed, every time she chose to keep going anyway. Opening night arrived. The theater was packed. The orchestra began to play. The curtains slowly rose. As Ebony stepped onto the Broadway stage, the lights illuminated her face. The audience disappeared into darkness, yet somehow she could still see them. The doubters, the critics, the people who laughed, the people who said her dream was foolish. And suddenly she realized something. She wasn't dancing to prove them wrong. She was dancing because she had never stopped believing in herself. When the final performance ended, the audience rose to their feet. Thunderous applause filled the theater. Ebony stood center stage, tears in her eyes. The little girl who once dreamed in front of a bedroom mirror had become the woman standing beneath Broadway lights. The city that once felt impossible now felt like home. And as the applause continued, Ebony smiled. Because dreams don't belong to the people who never fail. They belong to the people who keep dancing after every rejection. And finally, it was her turn to shine. Ebony had made it.